It is a fine hump day, Pound Town. And the Browns play the Ravens this week. So we got that to look forward to.
Only the third time in the Kevin Stefanski era that the Browns will be double-digit point underdogs.
I've seen the Browns beat the Ravens when they weren't supposed to. We can hold out hope. Or are we rooting for a loss? Are we already to the point after the heartbreaking, brutal fucking loss to Cincinnati in a game that they should have won, outplayed Cincinnati? They were the better football team. Cincinnati had 7 yards in the second half. After all of that, and still Brownsing it up and losing the game, I'm really curious where we at. As we need to be unified in this.
Yeah.
All of Pound Town needs to be unified. Are we taking the silver lining from Sunday's game and imagining a world where the kicker kind of gets the yips out first game? He becomes the consistent kicker that Kevin Stefanski promises he was in training camp. And can the Browns actually win games? Could they become a fringe playoff team? Are we rooting for that? Do you believe in that? Or if not, are we rooting against them to get a better draft pick? So that's my question for all of you out there, all 40 of you. Playoffs or draft? What are we rooting for right now? Playoffs or draft? Answer in the comments. We got to figure this shit out. Pat, what are you rooting for?
I honestly, a lot will be determined, I feel like, after the next 2 weeks. Because after week one, I was so at a loss for words after Sunday. I mean, I shouldn't have been. I should have expected that. That's such a Browns way to lose. But the defense played so well, and I saw such promising things on the offensive side of the football that I'm like, shit, I think we're not as far away from the playoffs as I thought heading into the season. And a lot of that had to do with the level up of the defense. That was the main thing.
Oh, absolutely.
That they needed to level up and get back to that 2023 form. And honestly, I didn't have high expectations going against a Cincinnati Bengals offense that was touted all preseason as, all right, well, they're going to come over. They're going to, finally get over the slow starts that they've been doing the last few years because they played all throughout the preseason. And sure enough, we came out and, I mean, we stifled the whole damn thing. Joe Burrow had 113 passing yards. Chase Brown did nothing. Jamar Chase did nothing. T. Higgins did nothing. It gives me hope. But
you also look at this schedule.
I know,
buddy. I mean, and what's crazy is after week one, the first 6 games, you'd probably say the most likely win is at Detroit. That's what's crazy. That's how rough the schedule is. After week one, Detroit didn't look great. You're sitting here like, wait a minute, preseason, I'm saying at Detroit is a guaranteed loss. Now I'm like, that's probably our best chance to win a game.
Maybe not.
But thank God the Dolphins suck because this was looking like 0-8 preseason with all the hype.
Yeah.
But just at Baltimore, Green Bay comes to Cleveland, at Detroit, Minnesota comes in London, at Pittsburgh, Miami now looks like it could be a win at home, and then at New England before the bye week. That's really not looking good. But if I say that, but Cincinnati is supposed to be outside of probably Baltimore. Cincinnati preseason hype was better than everyone else I just named.
Oh yeah,
we should have beat them.
And just from the offense alone, I mean, we talked about all offseason how if the Bengals, were going to miss out on the playoffs, it'd be because of their defense, right?
Yeah.
And their offense was going to be top, 2 or 3 in the NFL. And we shut them down. And it's like, well, fuck, if we can shut down Cincinnati's offense, who's to say we can't shut down the rest of the offenses on that schedule? I mean, outside of
and that's
Baltimore,
the deal, right?
Yeah.
And we're kind of starting the show early, but I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
We know the offensive issues they have, right? The wide receiver room's not ideal, not as weapon loaded as you'd like. Joe Flacco is not an elite quarterback. The offensive line, both tackles, are not very good. We know the offensive issues. No one is sitting here saying we could win like the fucking Bills did against the Ravens. 41-40, no shot unless our defense scores 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But is the defense so good that they could keep games low scoring enough for the Browns to score enough to win? Is the defense that elite? That's the real question here. Because if the defense is just good, the Browns are cooked. They have to be the best defense in the NFL. And if they are, sure looked like it Sunday, I think the Browns could win any game with that defense.
Absolutely. If the defense plays like they did Sunday, they can absolutely be in contention to win any single game on their schedule. I think maybe the Ravens are the one team that their offense is just too dynamic and too good that can beat you in too many different ways, especially what we saw on Sunday. They're the one team that I think maybe could give this defense some issues, even if they play like they did on Sunday. Yeah. But aside from that, I'm looking across the league, and I'm like, there's, each offense has its flaws, I think, at least on the Brown schedule. So I think that the team can absolutely find itself in a position to win some games if the defense continues to play the same. And that's why I want to pose the question to you and the chat. How long, I know we said before the season, after the week 9 bye, after the first 8 games of the season, that's when you kind of pass the torch over to the rookie quarterbacks, right? Whether it be Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel, I'm not here to debate that.
Yeah.
I'm here to ask, I think we pushed it back too far, Zach. I'm almost about ready, pending how the next couple of weeks go, to just say fuck it and get Joe Flacco out of there and let the rookies play.
Yeah, I'm going to give him another game or two, but the biggest problem I have with Joe Flacco is he's just not an accurate quarterback. And you can look at deep dive analytics all you want. 4 drops, they were drops, should have been caught, but they were horrid throws, horrible. And if you just look at stat lines, completions are not always. It's not like you can just say yes, he completed this many balls. So many completions were diving catches to wide open receivers because he just fucking missed them by 3 yards.
Yeah.
Like it just didn't look good. I was there watching it live in 8, not even 4K in real life. It just wasn't good. But we got to get the show started.
Yeah, we do.
And then we'll get to the Browns talk. But I need to know, question for you in the chat, in the comments. What are you rooting for? Playoffs or draft picks? Are we rooting for losses or are we rooting for wins? I know it's a little early to already tank for Tua, as they always used to say, to tank for whoever, Garrett Nussmeier.
Fuck, I don't know, man.
I don't either. I don't see a quarterback in the country right now that I would really like him, just like he's the answer. But what are we doing? We rooting for playoffs or draft picks? Let me know in the chat, in the comments, and let's get it going. Lukey, let them know what time it is, Bubba. It is. They need to level up.
I think we have some freaks in Menace Army.
I'm okay with that. Go watch the fucking film. But I appreciate you for riding with us, Menace Army. Menace out.
Menace Army! Let's get to the show!
Let's get to the show.
Let's get to it. Zach, quick shout out to your old unit, Zone 6, and Ohio State as wide receiver U. It's undeniable at this point, and I think what we saw week 1 is only going to further escalate throughout the season. Ohio State wide receivers in week 1 of the NFL season had 465 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns, and 36 receptions. That is over 200 yards more than the second most, the second best school, 3 touchdowns more than the next closest school, and 13 more receptions than the next closest school. Ohio State wide receiver U. There's no debate.
There isn't. There's no debate. And I mean, it's insane. Just the recent, last 4 or 5 years, just the NFL talent that Ohio State has put out. They're killing it.
And it's kind of crazy because they haven't even reached their full form yet, because Terry McLaurin had 2 catches in week 1 against Washington. Now he's going to get, I guess, brought up to speed in that offense after, with his hold-in contract during the preseason. But he had a quiet game, and J-Mo had a quiet game too. Now, I don't know. I guess J-Mo might not qualify for the Ohio State stats. He might be.
Yeah, I was going to bring him up. Like, Jameson Williams should count.
He should, absolutely. He should count for both, right? Because, you can't not count him for Bama, but he should count for Ohio State too.
I mean, I think so. And he should have never went to Bama, but that's neither here nor there.
Exactly. But shout out to your crew. And also shout out to J-Mo. We forgot to talk about this earlier this week, but your guy got paid. Nice little extension.
Yeah, he did.
What was it? 3 years, 80-something million, I think.
88. Yeah.
3 years, 88 million. So
big time.
Shout out to J-Mo and shout out to the Buckeye receivers. Zach, who do you think is going to be the best receiver out of this Buckeye group this year in 2025?
I mean, it's hard for me not to go JSN just because he's wide receiver 1 now in Seattle. I think Terry has a chance. he's got to get going. Obviously didn't have the week 1 performance I expected, or that is norm for him. I also get a little weary of guys when they first get paid. It's my Michael Thomas effect. Like they get that massive contract, and not that it was nothing Mike could control. He got hurt pretty consistently after he got paid, but it just feels like when guys get those massive deals, somehow, like Ezekiel Elliott with the Cowboys, it's like they get this massive deal, and it's like, oh, what happened? Yeah. So I'm going to go JSN just because I think being wide receiver 1 with DK Metcalf leaving, he's got a real chance, and I think he's a fantastic football player.
I think so too. I mean, that's my biggest thing. I think the only other one that I could maybe point to is Garrett Wilson. Yeah. Just because of the connection that him and Justin Fields have, and he balled out week 1 and still was kind of underused. I mean, I think the Jets are gonna, kind of ease Justin Fields into how much they ask him to do throwing the ball, which might hinder Garrett Wilson a little bit. But I mean, he balled out in week 1 and against a really good Pittsburgh defense too. So I think on that schedule, I mean, they're going to play. I mean, I think Buffalo's defense is better than what we saw in week 1 against Baltimore. But I mean, the Jets have all the ability to light them up as well. Plus the Dolphins defense look terrible. And I'm not sold on the Patriots defense either. So I think those 6 division games for Garrett Wilson and the Jets could be beneficial for our guy Garrett Wilson over there. Zach, I want to bring this up. We did our buying and selling game yesterday.
Yes.
And I want to do another one, but this time NFC edition.
Okay.
For you and the chat. Are we buying or selling Dak Prescott? Odd year Dak will finish in the top 5 in the NFL MVP voting.
In MVP voting?
Mm-hmm. I said it. He looked really good in week 1.
He did.
And I know they came away with the loss.
I was saying you got to win though. That's the only problem.
Fucked him though, and I don't anticipate CeeDee Lamb to do that for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, top 5 maybe. I mean, he's got to have an odd year Dak performance, which he has done in odd years. And in week 1, he certainly looked like odd year Dak. So I'll say yes, but towards the bottom of that, I don't think he's going to be near the top of the MVP voting. I think he'll be, 4.
Hold up. All right. So top 5. I mean, top 5 is top of the MVP voting, right?
No, I'm saying of that list, he won't be within the top 5. He will not be in the upper half. He will not be first, second, probably not even third. I'll slate him at 4th is his ceiling, but I think if he keeps playing this way, I think he'll be in the top 5.
Yeah. 2023 Dak, we saw he finished 2nd in MVP voting. 2021 coming off the gruesome injury. I'm surprised he didn't get MVP votes this year, considering 11-5 record, 68.8% completion percentage, 4,400 yards, 37 touchdowns, but he did finish 2nd in comeback player of the year voting that year. I'm buying it. I think he's going to finish top 5. He looked really good in week 1 against a really good Philadelphia defense too. And again, once CeeDee Lamb fixes those drop issues, which shouldn't be a problem, I think he'll ball out. He finished 2nd in amongst week 1 quarterbacks, 2nd in PFF grade overall, 3rd in PFF passing grade. He was tied for 2nd with 4 big time throws. He was 3rd in average depth of target, 2nd with a 90.4 PFF grade under pressure, and 3rd with an 83 PFF grade when blitzed. So checked all the bookmarks so far.
Odd year Dak. Cooking like we expected.
Buy the stock now. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Here's one that I think is a no-brainer, but buying or selling, Tampa Bay and the Buccaneers are going to win the South for the 3rd straight season with Baker Mayfield. All 3 other teams in the division lost in week 1. The Saints did not look good at all, which we expected. The Panthers, who maybe some of us, including me, thought would maybe be a team that could level up this year, they didn't look the part. And then, and obviously the Buccaneers beat the Falcons. So,
yeah, I mean, it's a matter of, I think the first 2 teams you talked about, New Orleans and Carolina, are going to be awful, just awful. And I know we saw flashes from Bryce Young at the end of last year to make you maybe a little optimistic that they might have a better year, but I mean, losing the opening game by 16 points, good God. And they did not look good. I don't think those 2 even have a shot. Can the Falcons make a run at it? Maybe. I doubt it. I mean, Tampa Bay just beat them head to head.
Yeah.
So I think
that was
probably
at their place too.
Yeah. I think it's a high probability Tampa Bay wins that division.
Yeah. They have the 2nd best odds to win the division, or to win their division out of all the division leaders right now. The Bills are minus 475 to win the AFC East.
Yeah. That's the other division that everyone else lost. And holy, Miami looked terrible. The Jets looked better, but still lost. And New England did not. I thought New England would would look far better than they looked.
Yeah, same. And again, week 1, overreaction perhaps. I'm anticipating Travion to get a lot more touches this week, and I think that'll help him too. I think he only had 5 rushes in week 1 for
insane.
over 5 yards a carry, which was malpractice by Mike Vrabel and them. But yeah, Buccaneers are minus 170 to win the division. I think that's free money right now.
Yeah.
I don't see any way that Baker is going to, have that offense humming by the end of the year, especially what did you say? Baker had the 4th worst PFF grade?
Something like that,
which is crazy considering he had 3 touchdowns. And I know I feel like a lot of that is because his completion percentage was down and he didn't have a crazy amount of yards. But
third worst.
That's
only
insane.
Quarterbacks with worst passing grades on PFF were Jared Goff and Bo Nix. The quarterback that was one notch ahead of him is Tua Tagovailoa, and Tua was awful.
I want to talk to whoever graded that Buccaneers Falcons game because
that's why you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, 100%. Zach, we did go a little longer in the intro, so it is time for a commercial break, but I do have some more buying or selling NFC edition when we come back.
Do us a favor and like the video. 336 people in here. Let's try to get over 500 quick. Hit that like button if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, hit retweet. Help us make the show grow. It's like a dick. Just give it a little attention and it grows.
Look at that.
We'll be right back after this. All right, Menace Army, the journey to get healthier, get more energy, and just enjoy life for my brother is off. I mentioned it Friday on the show, but he's already down 12 pounds in 2 weeks. He weighed in on Friday, down a little over 12 pounds, so he's clearing the 5 pounds a week with Awaken 180 weight loss. It is, if you want to get your life back, my brother was at the house all weekend watching NFL football, eating his meals that Awaken 180 provided him, and just talking to him about his energy level and just his ability to be a dad and have fun with his kids. Already in 2 weeks, he feels cleaner, he feels lighter, he has higher energy, and he was bouncing around my house all weekend. And he's just getting started. Awaken 180 weight loss, they're going to give you 4 out of your 5 meals a day. They give you a personal coach who you check in with every Friday. They send you a scale, put it in your bathroom, step on it once a week and weigh in. And all that data goes to your coach. My coach and now my brother's coach, Jenna, is amazing. They work with you every week, checking in, holding you accountable, and also adjusting the plan. Say you're going out of town. Jenna will work with me when I would go to volleyball trips on what I needed to pack, strategies to make sure I can stay consistent. It truly is life-changing. I lost 30 pounds in 6 weeks. My brother's already lost 12 in 2. If you want to lose some weight and get your energy back and take your life back, just go sign up for a consultation. Go talk to the great people at Awaken 180 Weight Loss, and I promise you, you won't regret it. It's just a consultation. Go check it out and take your life back with awaken180weightloss.com. Did you know that more people now consume cannabis than alcohol? Maybe it's because there's no hangover. You don't have to deal with the impact alcohol is on your body. But whatever the reason, Cornbread Hemp just launched these incredible THC seltzers that I highly encourage you check out. It's a seltzer that tastes and feels amazing. It's perfect for summer and fall and football season. It's a low-calorie drink, only 30 calories and 5 grams of sugar, made with pure THC and all natural ingredients. No synthetics. It's the real deal. Each can has 5 milligrams of THC, which is the perfect amount so you don't become a zombie. It just takes the edge off, and you can drink at your own pace to get the feeling you desire. Blueberry Breeze is my favorite flavor. They also have peach iced tea, raspberry limeade is gas, and salted watermelon is phenomenal. I highly encourage you check it out. Right now, Menace to Sports listeners can save 30% off their first order and enjoy free shipping on orders over $75. Head to cornbreadhemp.com/menace and use code menace at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/menace. Code menace, cornbread hemp. This is the good life. The good life.
It's the good life.
Dude, I had a gummy last night, went to sleep at 10 p.m., woke up at 3 a.m., like ready for the day. I'm like, holy shit, I need to go back to bed.
Yeah, I guess it's good. You're fully rested. All right, buying or selling week 1. Post-week 1 NFC edition. Caleb Williams, Zach, I know your answer for this, but I'm asking you and the chat anyway. Caleb Williams is now 0-3 in matchups versus other members of the 2024 quarterback draft class. Buying or selling that Caleb Williams will still be winless versus the other 2024 QB draft picks at the end of the season. He has to close out the year. He plays Jaden Daniels in Washington. And then he has, JJ McCarthy again in Minnesota as it stands now.
Yeah, I don't think he wins. I will never, ever, ever believe that Caleb Williams will win. No, he's certainly probably going to win some games, but I will not bet on it. If you ask me to buy or sell, I am buying that he will remain winless against his draft class and every other draft class that ever existed.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was hopeful that he was going to have one other game either against the Falcons or the Patriots to really bring this home. But I think those two games are for sure going to be losses, both on the road. I thought I saw a little bit of maybe some hope and glimmer for Chicago fans. Those first 3 quarters, he looked pretty decent. But I saw this stat, Zach, that really is crazy. So dating back to the start of last year, Caleb Williams leads the entire NFL with 52 incompletions due to an overthrow.
That sounds about right.
52 incompletions. The second most is Bo Nix, who has 35 incompletions due to an overthrow, 17 less than Caleb Williams.
It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
I think it's just he has the arm talent, but he doesn't have like the moxie to control the arm talent, if that makes sense. Like he doesn't have the calm nature. He has this overconfidence, this arrogance where it's just like, this big arm, there he is, bang, and he just like, there's no touch, there's no like accuracy, focus. It's like, just let it rip. It's like, dude, you just threw it fucking 7 yards over his head.
Yeah. I mean, the misses he had, especially late in that game to DJ Moore down the sideline, I mean, that was costly. But it felt like, I think he had five overthrows on Monday, on Monday Night Football, which again, I feel like a lot of those were to DJ Moore, and a lot of them were just like easy completions that he just fucking let it rip, where it's like, dude, develop some feel, develop some touch. And that's something that I thought, Ben Johnson did such a great job with, kind of molding Jared Goff into that quarterback that could finesse throws into tight windows and whatnot. So I'm anticipating that we'll see an improvement from Caleb Williams. But again, didn't see it week 1.
Nope.
Sure didn't. I am buying the fact that he's absolutely going to be winless against the other draft picks in that same class. All right. Are you buying or selling Marvin Harrison after week 1? 5 catches, 71 yards and a touchdown. All the talk during the offseason was that he leveled up his body. He leveled up his, connection, the chemistry with Kyler Murray. Zach, are you buying that in year 2, Marvin Harrison Jr. will have a better sophomore season than Malik Nabers?
I don't know if I'll go that far, but I think Marv is going to have a much better year than his rookie year. I still think Malik Nabers is going to have a great year. I think he's going to have, I think he'll level up from last year. I think if you want to compare the level ups, like the improvements, Marv's going to have a greater improvement leap than Malik Nabers, but I think Malik Nabers probably edges him out as still the best receiver in that class. Yeah. But I think Marv will finally live up to the hype. He'll finally realize his potential, his ability, and he already started off having a great year. He's already kicked it off the right way. I think Marv's going to have a really solid year.
Yeah, I think he is too. I'm going to be bold on this, Zach. I'm going to buy the fact that he's going to have a better season overall than Malik Nabers this year. And this is no shade on Malik Nabers. I don't trust the quarterback in New York.
I agree.
And the longer that Russell Wilson remains the quarterback for the Giants, the less I value Malik Nabers this year. I think the quicker they move on to, Jackson Dart, I think they need a rookie quarterback to get in there and kind of force feed Malik Nabers the ball. I think Russell Wilson is just it just doesn't happen anymore. And
I do think it's hilarious, though, that we're talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. and Malik Nabers as if they didn't both have 71 receiving yards. Exact same in
5
week 1.
Too.
Yeah, we're talking about Malik Nabers like, oh, he's probably going to have a down year. Don't trust the quarterback. Marv had a dominant first game, and you're like, they had the same number of catches and yards.
Oh, they did.
So we'll see. I still think Malik Nabers, we've seen plenty of receivers, Terry McLaurin, Garrett Wilson, several Buckeyes that just had horrid quarterback play, but still had really productive years. I think that's where Malik Nabers sits right now. Quarterback play is not going to be ideal, but I think he still can have a really good year.
Yeah. I think it's a toss-up, but I'm going to go with Marv. I think the level up is real, and I'm hopeful because I have Marv and Kyler Murray stacked in fantasy, so I need them to ball out.
Absolutely.
But no, I think, yeah, it's true. If you just talk about it from a level up perspective, I mean, it's hard for Neighbors to have any sort of level up from where he was last year. But I think with Marv, there's so much room to grow. I think he's going to prove that he is a top wide receiver in this league this year for sure. Whether or not he's better than Neighbors, that's, debatable.
Yeah.
And then my last one for you, buying or selling. We talked about JSN earlier in the show and the Buckeye receivers. Are you buying that JSN will lead the NFL in receiving yards in 2025?
I mean, I think being wide receiver one, he definitely could. What's he at third right now at 124? Puka Nacua and Zay Flowers are the only two ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's the show. He got 13 targets. I think that led the NFL. Let me make sure about that. No, I'm sorry. There was a couple. So Drake London had 15 and Hollywood Brown had 16. So he had 13 targets, the third most in the NFL. I think that's going to be pretty consistent this year. I think he is wide receiver one, and he's going to get featured a lot.
Yeah. So
I think JSN could absolutely lead the league in receiving yards.
Yeah, I don't think it's too crazy to think about right now. Third in the NFL, like you said, with 124. And you think about the two guys ahead of him. Now, Zay Flowers is the one. I don't think that production is sustainable just because I think that, first of all, that game was crazy, crazy offense. But also there's too many weapons to feed in that offense, especially Lamar and Derrick Henry. They're primarily going to be a rushing attack team.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's sustainable. Puka Nacua has to deal with Devontae Adams over there in LA. Mm-hmm. And I think that he's going to start to cut into his target share. The more chemistry that Stafford and Devontae develop over there in LA. Also in the top 5, Keon Coleman, again, as much as I love the level up from him for Buffalo, I don't think that's sustainable. I think, again,
CD's the one.
CD's the one.
CD's the one because he had 110 yards on 7 catches, 13 targets. He only caught half of his targets.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to be a common occurrence for him, and I think Dak is going to rely on him a ton. I think he's in a very similar situation to JSN where, like, they're trying to feed him the ball. And so, I mean, they both had 13 targets. CD just had a couple drop issues. And Dak and him are going to get that worked out. He's not going to be a drop merchant this year. I think he'll solve that pretty quick.
Agreed. And so yeah, it comes down to CD or Jackson Smith-Njigba early on. That's my thought right there. But I think I'll give the nod to JSN because, I mean, first of all, Sam Darnold only threw for 150 yards. I know we talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
124 of those 150 went to JSN.
There's no doubt.
So, I mean, if we see even a slight level up from Sam Darnold, if he starts throwing for 250 a game, one would think that Smith-Njigba would at least continue to produce 124 a game around that average. We saw the way he force-fed JJ last year in Minnesota. Now, the concern with this is that Darnold only had 150 yards in week 1. Was last year a fluke? Is he back to the old Sam Darnold ways? That's what we're going to see. And we'll see how Seattle's, I guess, offensive game plan adjusts moving forward. Whereas I feel more comfortable with Adi or Dak knowing that, all right, CD's going to get his each day.
Yeah.
And the quarterback situation over there is a little more fluid. But yeah, there we go. A fun game of buying or selling NFC edition. Zach, I guess talk me through, give me some of your biggest takeaways from week 1 across the league. I want to ask you about your biggest takeaways from the Browns here in a little bit and maybe some hot takes as well for the Browns. But talk to me throughout the state of the league right now. What are your biggest takeaways after week 1?
Well, I mean, just kind of going on, I guess, a rundown. I think that a couple hot takes or takeaways. One, I think the Chiefs are in a dire state. I know it's one game, but I don't think the Chiefs are going to have a repeat to form where they're just a Super Bowl contender. I think they're going to have to fight, scratch, and claw to make the playoffs. I really do. I was not impressed with them. Their offensive line is improved, but still not it. And I think the Chargers really kind of let them have it. That's one takeaway. I think the Browns are going to, this is not a hot take, but I think the Browns are going to be exactly what the fuck we don't want them to be. Somehow the Browns are going to do the one thing we don't want them to do. They're going to win enough games to get a mid-first round draft pick, but not enough to make the playoffs. Somehow they're going to win 7 games. I don't know how, probably late in the year, maybe with a rookie quarterback. Somehow the Browns are going to fuck us. That's just one takeaway. The Dolphins are absolute garbage. I think that Mike McDaniel gets fired. I don't think they make the playoffs. I mean, that was awful. And to the Colts of all teams. Let's see. What are my other takeaways?
I mean, speaking on the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill might get traded here in a few weeks, Zach.
And they should.
And then that team is just going to absolutely.
They should trade him and get draft capital. I mean, that's what they should do. They need an entirely different coach, quarterback, everything.
Can you bet on the worst record? Because that is a bet I would like to place. I mean, I guess we could just do the regular season win total, but like, I don't know if it's a hot take or not. I mean, shit, you could go. I mean, under 3.5 wins for Miami right now is plus 550. If they get rid of Tyreek Hill, I mean, that team just seems mentally checked out.
Something's wrong there. I mean, because you look at their roster and they shouldn't be as bad as they were. Now it's one game. We can't ever just fully evaluate and stamp a team based on one game. If you could, the Colts are going to the Super Bowl. Like it's just not
Jones MVP.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is winning the MVP. The Colts are going to hoist the Lombardi Trophy, and we know that's not going to happen. At least we think it's not. So I don't want to just be the judge and jury after one game, but man, it did not look good. That looked like a game where you're like, oh man, when Tua's hurt, you're like, wait, oh no, Tua played. Oh shit. They were that bad with Tua?
Yeah.
Yikes. God help him if he gets hurt.
Yeah. Not a good look for Miami. Zach, I do want to get another commercial break now and then talk some Browns. We got a kicker that was waived yesterday that I want to ask you if you think he'd be the right fit for the Browns or if we're going to trust with our old Schmitty, Andre Schmidt.
Sure. There you go. All right, we'll talk Browns after the break. Why almost 500 people in here? Smash that like button. Let's get 200 likes. If you're on Twitter, hit retweet. And my question of the day, as a Browns fan, what are we doing? Are we rooting for playoffs or draft picks? Just answer that in the comments. I'm curious where we are at, Pound Town. What are we rooting for? Because I need to know. I went into the year saying I'm rooting for all losses, and then I go to the opening game in Cleveland Stadium, and I left with a lot of hope for the future. I mean, if we have a kicker that can make an extra point or a field goal, one of the two. You're either in overtime or you win. So what are we rooting for? Draft picks or playoffs? We'll be right back after this. All right, Menace Army, you know we love gambling over here. We got Mensa giving picks, but the greatest tool we've found is HOF. It's an app. Go in the App Store, download it right now. It is a gambling data app. It's not a sports book. It is, you can go on there and it crunches millions of data points in seconds, whether you're building a same game parlay or picking a money line. Let the stats help guide your decision. And the coolest thing they have, I hit a 4-leg parlay on yesterday for the NFL, and you can put in your parlay, and they have a parlay optimizer where it'll go through your parlay and tell you the percentage chance that each leg hits. I had a five-leg parlay that I wanted to play, and I put it in HOF's parlay optimizer, and it flagged a receiving prop, coincidentally Jamar Chase's receiving prop, and that was my weak link in the parlay. I took it out. He obviously didn't hit. I went 4 for 4 and cashed my parlay. It is a must-have if you're going to be gambling. HOF has over 1 million total users and is rated 4.9 out of 5 stars on the App Store based on over 7,000 reviews. For a limited time only, our listeners not only get a 7-day free trial, but they also get 50% off the first month when they use code MENACE at checkout. Just download the HOF app in iOS or Android, enter code MENACE, and you're all set. Go check it out. All right, Menace Army, football season is finally back. And I don't know if you bet this past weekend, but it's time to start building that bankroll. And our partner, MyBookie, is here to give you free money to start building it. There's no better way to build it than free money. Right now is the perfect time to get ahead of the curve. College football kicks off officially this weekend, and MyBookie's got national championship odds, Heisman odds, futures, all the lines you want. Your week 1 parlay awaits you. And if you're brand new, you get a little extra juice. Sign up with promo code MENACE and drop in $100, and MyBookie's going to give you $50 free. That's free money. Bankroll immediately is a winner. Week 1, you've already won. The action's heating up, the odds are moving, and this season's shaping up. It'll be a good one already. Don't miss it. Bet big, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. There you go. Gambling analytics and a sports book. What more? I mean, we just set y'all up.
Look at that. The best combo out there. Maybe peanut butter and jelly is a close second. All right, Zach. we got to talk kicker. And I want your thoughts on this. Jake Moody was just waived by the San Francisco 49ers yesterday. Do you think it would be wise for the Browns to take a flyer on him given the current state of the kicking situation?
In a world where we have shit, why go get a fart? They both stink. They both are going to crush us. I mean, if you want to see whose shit stinks worse, sure, bring him in. And let's see which awful fucking kicker is the better option. I just can't fathom a world where there's not a kicker out there anywhere that isn't better than both of them. And maybe it's Justin Tucker later in the year. I don't know who it is. I don't know what it is. But I do know that Jake Moody's not the option, not the answer either.
Yeah.
Could he have made one of the two kicks? Maybe. If we had to run it back, would our kicker have made one of the two kicks this weekend coming up? Probably. Like I would not be mad if they signed him, but I would not be excited even a little bit.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I see both sides of the argument. The only kicker worse than Jake Moody last year, Moody was the second worst kicker in the NFL at a 71% field goal make percentage. The only kicker worse was Dustin Hopkins for around 67%.
Imagine that.
Field goals. So not great. But on the flip side, I mean, shit, we just watched our kicker miss an extra point. And Moody, that's something he's been good at, surprisingly.
Extra points? Like, what the fuck? Okay.
So 94 of 96 since entering the league, Zach, in extra points. That leads the NFL. 97.9% extra point make percentage. Leads the NFL in that category. I'm just saying, I think at this point, I don't know, maybe we give Schmidt one or two more games. But again, it's like,
I know he missed the two kicks. I know they were brutal misses considering the score and how the outcome played out. But if he makes his next field goal, he's 2 for 3, 67%, same as last year, the whole year with Dustin Hopkins. Every kicker's going to miss an extra point every now and then. Was that a costly miss? Obviously, but I think we got to let this play out. Kevin Stefanski saw something he liked in the kid.
Yeah.
So I think we got to give him a handful of games and see how he kicks, see how he responds. I mean, he might be square jawed and be so pissed at himself that he's just grinding, working at it, and he goes in this weekend angry, not nervous, and just hammers that bitch through the pipes every time. Like I got to see how he reacts before I jump to drastic conclusions. And a drastic conclusion would be bringing in Jake Moody like he's gonna fucking be the answer.
I mean, he was really good his first year. I mean, the 2023, he did have the missed kick against the Browns that cost the Niners the victory in Cleveland,
which we loved him for.
Yeah, exactly.
We were really happy he missed that, so no one would be mad about that miss.
100%. Shout out. That was the PJ Walker game. That was what a time for Cleveland. But I mean, he went 60 for 61 on extra points made that year. He was 21 of 25 on field goals, 2 of 3 from 50. 4 of 6 from 40 plus, 8 of 9 from 30 plus, and then perfect inside 30. And then it all fell apart for him last year. I mean, 6 of 11 on field goals between 40 and 49 yards, 4 of 9 on kicks of 50 plus. Still was 32 of 33 from extra points and perfect inside 40. So it's like, shit, when you're coming off a guy who just missed a 36-yard field goal and an extra point, that does sound appealing to me, but I do get what you're saying.
But he also could end the year 32 or 33 on extra points. It's just unfortunate that his one miss was a brutal game-costing miss.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I just think we got to pump the brakes. I'm as angry with him and Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski as any Browns fan out there. But let's just give him a couple more games.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just the yips, first game in the NFL. I mean, shame on Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski for that being our only option, a 27-year-old kicker that's a rookie.
Yeah.
But maybe he got that out of his system. Game 1 is in the books, and he's going to become at least a solid kicker. Maybe not great, but maybe he won't miss an extra point the rest of the year. If he misses another one, though, get him the fuck out immediately. Like, I'm talking if it's the first extra point, the next touchdown they score, if he misses it, tell him to go to the locker room.
Yeah.
Put the fucking punter out there. I don't care.
Or run 2-point conversions the whole time.
Absolutely. There is some analytical data to suggest that's a good idea.
Absolutely. I do it in Madden every play.
Well, that's what a great reasoning. Great reason to do it.
But really, I mean, it's funny you talk about Stefanski. and his decision making. He really has himself to blame, and it's funny because you look at his overall. So someone True Media Sports pulled these numbers. Kevin Stefanski is 15-6 in one-score games with no missed kicks. So the Browns, I mean, if the Browns are in a position to win, more often than not, they win as long as the kicking situation is okay. Stefanski is 8-15 in one-score games with one or more points lost to missed kicks.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's
if they had a
crazy how much
kicker,
that flips. Yeah,
I mean, they flip entirely, right? 15-6 when they don't miss a kick, 8-15 when they do miss a kick.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and you have to throw the one-score game in there, but it's.
But again, we talked about it yesterday, Zach. What, 4 games this weekend were resulted or finished with what? Greater than 7 points or whatever.
Yeah.
Like 12 of the 16 games came down to a 1-possession game. So it's like that happens way more often than it does, in say college.
Yeah.
football.
How many games were 1, 2, or 3 point wins? I mean, a shitload. I could pull it up, but I mean, that is the NFL.
Yeah.
That is what it is. And it's, we just have to make kicks. I'm so tired of talking. The one-score losses under Stefanski, missed kicks have cost the Browns 2.2 points per game. That's the most in the NFL, and that is just. It shouldn't be that hard.
No.
There's only 32 kickers. We're not talking quarterback,
Yeah.
where you have to deal with protections, pass pro, pass rush, blitzes, coverages, receiver play, timing. No, you just got to hit the ball between 2 fucking pipes. That's it.
You have one job. We see college kids do it on game day every week.
I mean, we saw a drunk ass frat kid do it on Saturday with Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
It
super
should not be
frustrating.
as hard as the Browns make it look.
It's funny. I keep seeing it pop up on social media. People are making the kicker jersey with Phil Dawson, and then all the kickers that we've gone through since. It literally has become the 2 biggest problems in Cleveland are quarterback and kicker. I mean, the complete opposite ends of the spectrum, but it's like, holy fuck. How can you not get either of them right for so long now? It's like, especially kicker. It should be the easiest thing.
It should be the easiest thing.
Oh, man. Zach, I do want to get one more commercial break here before we close it out with your super chats. Get them in while you can. And I want to talk Browns hot takes. And I want to specifically talk about my biggest hot take is that I think the Browns should bench Joe Flacco today.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about it.
That's just me.
Maybe not today, but soon.
Absolutely. And I get that today's unreasonable. But yes, the sooner the better for the Browns overall.
Yes.
But what the question for the day, playoffs or
What are we rooting for?
or Bucks?
Cleveland Browns had a disappointing loss, but also provided a lot of hope for maybe the chance at success this season.
Mhm.
Are we rooting for a playoff team, playoffs, or are we rooting to lose games and get higher, better draft picks? Playoffs or draft picks? What are we rooting for, Pound Town? I need to know. Because I honestly, I'm teetering. I don't know what I'm rooting for. Going into the year, I was rooting for higher draft picks. After week 1, call me emotional. I was at the game. I don't know if that's the move. I wouldn't mind seeing a playoff Browns team, but I don't know what we should do. Let me know in the chat, in the comments, draft picks or playoffs. What are we rooting for? We'll be right back after this. I don't know about you guys, but car shopping can be a huge pain. Dealing with different salespeople, price haggling, all the stuff that you have to do. I just bought a truck, and it's an experience, to say the least. That's why I'm happy we found Car Gurus. Car Gurus will connect you with trusted dealerships when you're ready, ensuring a transparent and hassle-free buying process. It's a great tool for you if you're looking to buy a new car. With over 4 million listings, Car Gurus has more car listings than any other major online automotive marketplace in the U.S., so you can find the best deal and the perfect car. Car Guru gives you the control to shop how you want to shop with the tools, information, and data-driven deal ratings you need. It's no wonder SimilarWeb estimated traffic data shows Car Gurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site on the internet. It's the go-to. If you're going to be buying a car, you have to use it. I highly encourage it. Buy or even sell your next car today with Car Gurus at cargurus.com. Go to cargurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's cargurus.com. cargurus.com. Go check it out. All right, Menace Army, I've talked about it, and if you haven't tried it out yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's a box. It's about this big. Plug it in the back of your TV, hook it up to Wi-Fi, and you get everything. Every show, every game, every movie ever made. You get it all. All you got to do is buy it. There's no subscription, no fees. You can cancel cable. You literally get every channel, every sports game, every movie that's ever come out. You get pay-per-views. You get Netflix, Amazon Prime, you name it. Every subscription, streaming service, you get it all for one price, and you're set for life. They also just came out the Ultra, the newest box, which comes with DVR capabilities. You can pause, rewind, fast forward, all of that, live TV. It's a must get. Go to getabox.com and use promo code Menace. You get $25 off. I've yet to find one person who wasn't thrilled. I promise. You'll love it. Go check it out. Getabox.com right now and get $25 off with promo code Menace. There you go. Go get that box.
Get it while you can. Football season is here, and what better place to watch all the games, Zach? All of them in one spot.
And don't pay for NFL Red Zone, Amazon Prime. Don't pay for any of that. Just buy the box. You get it all for free.
Mm-hmm. You see, the Red Zone commercials lasted a total of 1 minute on Sunday.
I did, and I have someone sent me the meme that was going crazy. I'll show it to you on my iPad here.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so I did see it, Pat.
Oh, God.
Project Pat lasted 1 minute.
Hey, the over-under was 45.5 seconds. Cash the over.
Cash the over.
Oh, man. All right, Zach. I want to throw this graph up on the board for you. Someone put together a chart of the week one quarterback time to throw and depth of target. So I want to throw this up for you in the chat here. Shout out to PFF for giving us this data. But you look at the quarterbacks amongst the league leaders. First of all, Jalen Hurts, the best offensive line in the sport, and is a check down merchant.
Crazy.
I mean, unbelievable. He can't keep getting away with this for much longer. And part of it is like, hey, throw the ball to AJ Brown. I am in fantasy, just saying. But you see guys like Dak Prescott up there, launching the ball with Jordan Love and Geno Smith, the three highest average depth of targets with some good protection. You look at guys kind of further down the list. Aaron Rodgers, the worst offensive line so far in terms of time to throw. Which I think
it's also he is such a timing freak, and he knows he's older. He knows his arm strength might not be what it was, and so he's trying to get that bitch out. He's like, "Fuck your pass rush. I ain't even letting you get close."
Yeah. That's a good point. But you look at where Joe Flacco is on this list. And this brings me to my point is why I think the Browns are better off benching Joe Flacco sooner rather than later. And by sooner, I mean before that week 10, game that we kind of circled during the preseason. And part of it, Zach, I think it answers your question of both, or basically, what do you want to root for right now? Are you rooting for playoffs or are you rooting for draft picks? I think by benching Flacco, you're essentially rooting for whichever outcome presents itself, right? Mm-hmm. Because right now with Joe Flacco, you're kind of stuck in that in-between where you might win some games, you might miss the playoffs, you might miss out on a top 10 draft pick, and you don't really know where you're at with your future, right? Yeah. But the sooner we go to one of these rookie quarterbacks, and this is not some pro Shedeur slander, although I think it should be, I will take Dillon Gabriel out here right now because I think we can actually figure out how close this team really is to the playoffs with a rookie quarterback. Right now, Joe Flacco, doesn't have a great offensive line surrounding him. That is true on this chart. It's true with what we saw in week one. It's true with what
the tackles suck.
Yeah.
The interior three played well. The tackles were awful. DeJuan Jones should be benched. I mean, they were awful.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing that I want to say out of those with those two things, that Joe Flacco's a statue back there. With bad tackle play, you're succumb to taking sacks, losing out on big yardage on passing downs. I think Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur will both present an opportunity to create plays with their legs, right? The way Joe Flacco can't, just at his age and his stature. Like, he's just not able to do that. With bad tackle play, I think either of those rookie quarterbacks can make, plays happen when stuff breaks down in the pocket. And I think, honestly, with the youth movement in Cleveland going on now, with the big games from Dylan Sampson and Harold Fannin, let them try to develop chemistry with one of these rookie quarterbacks to then see, all right, if Dillon Gabriel comes in, rattles off a couple wins against some big teams, in the next few weeks, then we can talk about the playoffs and we can root for that. If he comes in and sucks, then all right, we're killing two birds with one stone. We then are rooting for we're rooting for draft picks. And also we know that, all right, these quarterbacks aren't cutting it either, so we can draft a quarterback then. So that's why I think the longer we start Flacco, the more it hurts us long-term in both this year and next year, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's if one of the rookies is the answer. If one of the rookies is not the answer, I don't give a shit who you start. We're going to lose anyways. But I have a little tracker that I want to continue down the year, and hopefully the tracker ends this weekend.
Okay.
Pro Football Focus has an analytic called Big Time Throws. They're throws that are on time and accurate, typically down the field in tight windows, like just big boy throws, like Matt Stafford led the NFL in week 1 with big time throws. Joe Flacco made 0, none, not one on time, accurate throw down the field. We're not talking about screens and shit like that. We're talking about big, NFL throws. He didn't make one. How long is that going to go on? He also had the 9th worst NFL passer rating in the NFL. And I get it. We could talk about the drops. Shit. I mean, those drops, like one of them, he almost bounced it to, I think it was Judy.
Yeah.
He almost bounced it to him. Jerry Jeudy tried to pick it up off the floor and it ricocheted into an interception. Yeah, Jerry Jeudy should have caught the ball, but it also shouldn't have been fucking thrown at the dirt. He's wide open in zone coverage, hit him in the chest. Joe Flacco, I'm going to give him, I'm not even going to give him a pass. I'm going to give him some more time. There's no pass. That was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But let's see what he does against Baltimore. If he same shit, I say bench him at halftime. Like Joe Flacco is what Joe Flacco is. And if he can't be an intermediate and short thrower with accuracy, get him out. Because what does he bring to the table?
Nothing.
Dillon Gabriel's a decent athlete. Joe Flacco's not. Shedeur's got a big arm. He'll launch it down the field. Joe Flacco won't. Like, I don't care who it is. Both rookies give you something Joe Flacco doesn't give you. And if Joe Flacco's not giving you what is supposed to be the reason why he's the starter, which is like an 8-yard pass that's accurate and on time, what are we doing? What are we doing?
And I get that Cleveland fans, and myself included, listen, I love Joe Flacco. What he did in 2023 was awesome. It gave us something to root for when the season seemed lost. We were on our 5th quarterback of the season, and he, lit it up late, led us to the playoffs. Obviously fell apart in the Houston game, but it was fun. It was fun. I loved bringing him in here. I think having a veteran in the room with 2 rookie quarterbacks is a good thing. However, after watching that game on Sunday, and honestly, after watching him last year in Indianapolis, which doesn't get talked about enough, he came in for Anthony Richardson and then got benched because of how poorly he was playing. He just doesn't have it anymore. So I know that the 2 interceptions weren't his fault because they were drops.
But they were
his fault. And it's not his fault that he's 40, but with bad tackle play, let's bring in some younger guys that can maybe extend plays when the pocket breaks down.
And for me, it's not the interceptions. It's the completions.
Yeah.
I mean, he made some accurate throws, but the completions where a guy runs like a curl route or is like a little spot route, and he throws it 3 yards to the right of him, and he has to dive and make a catch. It's like, that is almost worse than the interceptions. At least the interceptions like hit their hands. Like those diving catches are just terrible throws.
Yeah. And the thing is too, it's like, well, shit, we just had a 2 interception game from Joe Flacco with him, the interceptions coming off of bad luck and deflections. Like, shit, it's only a matter of time before it just throws that bitch to the cornerback, undeflected. So,
yeah. Wait till that receiver can't reach the ball that's 4 yards away from him, and it goes straight into the safety's belly.
And then there's no excuse there. So my thing is, and I think it answers your question, Zach, just play the rookies right now and we'll find out. The rookies will tell us what to root for. If the rookies come in and ball out, then fuck yeah, let's go make a playoff run. If the rookies come in and struggle, then let's tank for a draft pick. And that it simplifies it for us, really.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. I'm with you.
I guess that's my biggest hot take, which I feel like it shouldn't be a hot take, but I feel like so many Browns fans are backing Flacco and kind of taking his side of things when in actuality, I get that the game wasn't lost by him. It was lost by the kicker. That absolutely is true. Yeah. We make one of those 2 kicks. We're either in overtime or we win. That's 100% fact. However, we also potentially could have been in an even better position to win if Flacco plays better or if we had potentially played one of the rookie quarterbacks.
I mean, I think it would just kind of my takeaway from the game, and we'll kind of end it with this. Order of reason they lost is kicker 1, tackles 2, Flacco 3.
Yeah.
I think he's more of a reason they lost than the drop balls and the receiver play. Now they're 4, but I think Joe Flacco's the 3rd biggest reason they lost that game.
100% agree. And it's like, my thing too is the whole reason you bring in Flacco, right? Is to, well, you want a veteran presence in a locker room with 2 rookie quarterbacks. You also were hopeful that you would get a guy that would kind of keep the offense on schedule, not turn the ball over. I don't think that's the same with 40-year-old Joe Flacco. He's going to turn the ball over. So if you're okay with that, that's fine. I'm not okay with that. I trust the 2 rookie quarterbacks we have, and I'll stick up for Dillon Gabriel here because he looked the part the last preseason game when Shedeur didn't. They both rookie quarterbacks are very accurate. They were both top 20. You look top 25 all time in college football completion percentage leaders. They're both in the top 25. They both, I get that Dillon Gabriel was a low ADOT merchant in college, but he made it work in the preseason, especially that last game. And Shedeur, I think, I'm high on Shedeur to begin with. He is the best arm talent out of the group, and I think the best overall accuracy. Let them try to make things work with this offense.
Here's the ultimate question, and I'll leave it for the chat, and then we could, if we have super chats, we can get to them. Would the Browns have won the game if either of the rookies started? Deeply convicted on this one. I think yes. Either of them. I think Dillon Gabriel wins that game and Shedeur wins that game. I really do. Even with some rookie mistakes. I mean, what the fuck? How much worse could you do? I mean, he threw 2 picks.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So if they threw 2 picks, maybe they're bad throws, maybe they're misreads, I still think they win the game.
But no big-time throws from Flacco is the thing that I guarantee you, Shedeur and or Gabriel gives you at least 1 big-time throw. They will push the ball downfield. They will make plays happen with their feet when the tackles collapse and the pocket collapses. I think that the Browns, again, I wouldn't say absolutely, but I would say I'm 75% sure that they win that game with a rookie quarterback in instead of Flacco.
I agree.
Zach, we don't have any super chats today.
Well,
so
good. I'm going to end the show.
Leave you with that.
I'm going to end this show with a great fun fact for you, Pat.
Oh, I love fun facts. Let's hear it.
The 2nd most turnover-worthy plays in the National Football League in Week 1 was
Joe Flacco,
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, fuck out of here.
The only quarterback who was worse than Baker was Tua Tagovailoa. That's our fun fact of the day. Baker Mayfield, 10.5% of his plays were turnover-worthy. That's why Baker was in the bottom, 5?
Yeah. All right. Get him now. He's going to heat up.
Baker just trying to turn it over. Didn't have a pick, but man, he was trying to throw one.
Still won the game.
He's trying to throw one. All right. We appreciate you, Pound Town. Like the video. 726 people in here. That's what's up. Hit retweet on Twitter. And our question of the day, I'm curious. I need to know what to do. I need your advice. Are we rooting for wins in the playoffs, or are we rooting for losses and a better draft pick? Playoffs or draft pick? What are we rooting for, Pound Town? Browns fans, I need to know. We appreciate you. We'll be back live at 9 tomorrow. Menace out.